what's up, everybody? What's going on? I hope y'all good. I hope y'all chilling. It is your boy Lavish, and this is Lavish Thoughts TV. Salute to everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all tuning in again to the channel, checking out the vids. You know what I'm saying? I've been getting a lot of love and support. The channel's growing. Slowly but surely, we're going to get to where we're going to be at, and we're going to keep on moving and being successful. So y'all already know what time it is, man. You know, if you're new to the channel, you like what you see, feel free right here to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more content. So let's just jump right into the topic, shall we? So, I know y'all see what's going on social media. You know what I mean? I know y'all been paying close attention to this whole K-Flock trial. So the trial is officially over, and K-Flock beat the murder charge. And he was convicted. They found him guilty on 5 other charges, which was the Rico, attempted murder, and weapons possession, and things like that. So 5 out of 6. Now, I touched on this topic as far as like the whole K-Flock situation, and this is I've always felt like Flock had a chance of actually beating, you know, the murder charge. You know, here's the thing that bugged me out the most, right? People were actually surprised that K-Flock was found guilty on the Rico. I want people to understand something. That was inevitable. That was gonna happen anyway. Niggas is not beating the Rico. That is like one of the most hardest charges to fight, especially, you know what I'm saying, it being a federal case. And people were actually surprised that he was found guilty. And it's just like, what is there to be surprised about? This is a Rico case. Anybody knows when the feds get you, they get you. Oh, they gonna get you. And they make sure that they build a strong case on you so you can't get out of it. And one of the main things that they use is witnesses. So they got that along with their little investigative work, and they get motherfuckers. They get you. So I just don't understand, like, why the shock. Like, let me explain something to y'all. K-Flock is just a drill rapper out of the Bronx who has a name. He's not El Chapo. He's not John Gotti. He's not Nicky Barnes. He's not one of these guys that actually have beat Rico cases before and, you know what I'm saying, able to get away with things, whatever. He's not John Gotti. He ain't none of these guys. He don't have John Gotti, Nicky Barnes, or Mafia money like that. The only reason why those guys that I mentioned got away with beating their Rico cases back then is because they had the money for it. They had politicians, they had judges, and they was intimidating witnesses. That's the only reason why they got away with it. K-Flock ain't that. He don't have that type of money to even do that, or that type of power or pull to even pull something like that off. So why everybody surprised that he beat the Rico? I knew that was going to happen. And a lot of people with common sense knew he was going to lose that Rico. Even through all that, you know what I mean? Regardless of how I feel, I was hoping for the best of him, you know, because regardless, like, he's talented. And I feel like he was the face of Bronx Drill. And it's just a shame because it just feels like it's wasted talent, you know what I mean? It's sad, bro, you know what I mean? And he's being sentenced in the next 2 weeks, so I'm hoping for the best outcome for him, you know what I mean? I'm not here to throw stones at what he did or what he's being accused of and shit like that, you know, because at the end of the day, none of us perfect. He without sin cast the first stone. We ain't no better than him, and nobody's no better than anybody. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping for the best of him as far as the sentencing. He still faces the possibility of a life sentence due to the fact that he didn't beat the Rico, which I already knew that. So from what I'm looking at as far as this whole sentencing thing, usually in federal cases, the judge goes by the guidelines of sentencing and, you know, what he deems appropriate. So 2 things is going to happen. Either they're going to be dickheads about it and they're going to slay that boy and just give him natural life anyway, or he gets lucky and he gets between 10, 30 years. Still a lot of time, but he still has a chance at coming home, even though he has to serve that time. So I don't know, man. We're gonna let these 2 weeks play out, and then we're gonna see what's gonna happen. You know, like I said, I'm hoping for the best outcome for him. You know what I mean? And you know, we're gonna see what happens. Now, here's the thing, right? I want to give a message to a lot of you youngins out there who's out there currently running the streets and thinking that shit is a game. Shit is not a game. Shit is not a game at all. The feds is not playing. They're hitting these young boys with Ricos left and right. They just hit Big U and run his roller 60 game with a Rico. He just turned himself in. I was really going to talk about that, but I mean, there's not really much to discuss. He got hit with a Rico. He got caught up. He's screwed. You know, the feds is not playing, bro. Y'all think it's cool to pick up that gun and just start shooting at random people, you know what I mean? And half the time, y'all not even hitting y'all targets. Y'all hitting innocent people. Little babies getting hit. Grandmas and all this stuff. People that have nothing to do with the streets getting hit. And when I be watching these videos of these youngins letting off their gun, y'all shooting from far away, and y'all not even hitting the right targets. You're just blamming and not really even hitting nobody that you're planning on hitting, like as far as your ops. And innocent people are getting hit. And when I look at that, I could tell that these youngins clearly don't know what they're doing, and just doing it off of being followers and thinking that this street shit is cool, and it's not. There's only 2 ways in this street shit that you're gonna go. You're gonna go to jail for a long time or the rest of your life, or you're gonna be in the ground and your family's gonna be over you crying, saying, why my baby? Why did my baby go? The streets is dead. Look at what happened in K-Fly's case. His own people's told on him. Which ain't nothing new, because in cases like that, people gonna tell. People say, yeah, they're your bros and all this other stuff. And guess what? They tell. They tell. Leave the streets alone. You know, and it's so crazy that I look and I see people who are involved in the streets clowning the 9-to-5 people, or the people who are not involved in the streets. And my thing is this, bro. You know how many street dudes that I know who are currently in jail, and they tell me all the time, damn, bro, I messed up. I should have never did what I did. Now I'm in jail doing a long time. I wish I was a square. I wish I would have never picked up that red, that blue, whatever gang color, put it on and started banging. I got dudes in jail that's saying that they wish there was a square. There's nothing wrong with being a square. Why y'all sitting here clowning the 9-to-5s? They're still alive and breathing. They ain't got to worry about drama. They up here taking care of their families. Out here being entrepreneurs and not doing the nonsense. The street shit ain't it, bro. Y'all think it's cool, it's not. Jail is trash, bro. You know what I mean? And then these drug rappers keep getting caught up in these Ricos and these state conspiracy cases. And it's just crazy to me. We should not be seeing 17 and 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds being picked up by the feds. That's ridiculous. I've never seen nothing like this before. At a rapid rate where all these youngins is getting picked up in these big sweeps. That should tell you something. The feds ain't playing. There's people out here who are tired of looking over their shoulders, worried about getting robbed, being hit by a straight bullet, because you youngins don't know how to act. People are tired. So you know what? The state said, you know what? If we can't handle this problem, we're going to hand it off to somebody that's going to take care of it for us. And that's what they did. states really can't handle these type of cases like that, these big cases, so they pass it off to the feds. Feds swoop in, get y'all up out of here. Come on, man. Y'all gotta open your eyes, man. There is a target on y'all backs, especially drill rappers. They are coming after you. They are watching. And you can't sit here and blame the feds or blame the white man because you're in this predicament. You gotta blame yourself. Because at the end of the day, a lot of you guys is on your raps snitching on yourself, saying that you hit this person, hit that person, you beat up this person, you beat up that person, robbed this person, and you're recording videos with the person's chain that you robbed, admitting to an actual crime, admitting to the shootings. And this is why the DA is using your lyrics against you in court, because you're openly admitting to a crime on your video. Forget the snitches. You're openly snitching on yourself on camera, admitting to crimes. And that's why they're using all of this stuff against y'all. Do y'all not get that? Y'all gotta wake up, bro. Y'all don't move in silence. Y'all up here loud and want to show off, and now look what happened. Wake the hell up, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all feel in the comments about this whole situation with K-Fly. Next thing I'm going to talk about is this whole... before I get into this, I don't really dip and dab in celebrities, gossip like that, and especially relationship. But I felt like I needed to talk about this because this actually happens in relationships overall, period. Where you have a bitter ex that actually do something fucked up to you and put your business out there. So rapper Young M.A. is in the limelight again because there's some videos that's been leaked by her ex-girlfriend of her being in the hospital with tubes. Something was up with her stomach. I don't know whether she was pregnant. I don't know. It looked like it, bro. I don't know. Well, we know that she had issues, I think, with her liver, and her eyes were yellow. I'm pretty sure y'all seen that viral video of she was in a barber chair and her eyes were yellow. She was going through a tough time. Now she's in good health. She's in good spirits right now. I see her videos all the time. She's exercising. She's getting her shit together. Her ex leaked some videos of when, Young M.A. was in a vulnerable state and just pretty much shitting on her and making Instagram posts saying why she did what she did. And, she pretty much saying, that she wiped her ass and all this crazy stuff when she was sick and whatever the case may be. This is 100% completely wrong. You already know when it comes to relationships, especially, whether you're married or not, it's through thick and thin. And to put your partner's business out there like that, for whatever the reason may be, you don't do that. You know what I mean? And this is why a lot of people keep their traumas to themselves and just don't reveal certain things to their partners. Because the minute you do, you have some people out here who are so wicked and have so much hate in their heart. If things don't go their way with them in the relationship, any little secret that you share with them, any situation, just any situation overall, they'll throw it out in your face and they want to expose you. What Young M.A.'s girl did was completely wrong. To post her when she's vulnerable like that and trying to clown her, it's just like, yo, she was sick. This is your partner. I don't care what the reason was. You should have never put the thing out like that. That's just evil and that's cold-hearted and that's just messed up. I see people picking sides and stuff like that. It's just like, why y'all picking sides for? What's the whole picking side thing? Right is right, wrong is wrong. Couples break up all the time. That doesn't give somebody the validation to post somebody's drama out like that, post somebody's tea, just because you're upset about something. That just don't work like that. And there's nothing, it would never be nothing okay with that. And especially with men, this is why men keep their problems to themselves. Because they're afraid if they express themselves, that it'll be thrown back in their face. This is why a lot of relationships get messed up. And, you know, Young's main response was pretty much mature, you know, very professional. You know, she didn't really clown this girl back, and, you know, just said what, you know, what the situation was and kept it moving, you know, and then just moved on, you know. Karma's karma. Every dog has their day. And, you know, that's just that. So, you know, y'all let me know what y'all feel in the comment sections about both the subjects that I touched on. You know what I mean? And as always, you know, we up for a debate. You know what I'm saying? Let's just, you know, talk about it. You know what I mean? Let me know what y'all feel. Salute to y'all. Till next time, to the next video. Y'all stay tuned. Peace.